folks, Rich here. Welcome back to the RCINFORMER YouTube channel. Got Steve on the camera, and we are out at the Brevard County landfill. We got a little bit of wind, Steve, as you can see on the windsock. Yep. And we got kind of some taller grass out here. They haven't mowed it in a while, and I want to give you guys a little bit more of a comprehensive video flying of FMS's 800mm warbirds, particularly the T-28 and the P-51 Mustang, which we've both done cell phone videos of that Miss Amy has filmed. I'll put links to those in the upper right hand corner of the screen. I want to try and give you some gear on, gear off flights of both of these airplanes with the upgrades and mods I've made. We're going to have coming next the Zero and the Corsair in some of these videos, so stay tuned for those. Those will be coming. But these are 2-cell powered 800mm fixed gear, but the gear comes off so you guys can fly them hand launch and belly land as well. And we're going to give it quite a test today because, Steve, that windsock's blowing pretty hard and the grass is kind of tall here. So some mods I've made to these that I've already discussed, guys, is to really make sure your linkages are tight, okay? Meaning the hole in your horn, okay, and your clevis pin has to be pretty tight. From the factory, they were kind of loose. I indicated before I changed my clevis, okay, so there's no play. You got to get the slop and the play out of those systems, out of your flight controls, because on such a little model it has a big effect. So I had to change my elevators on this, and most of them on this one, the aileron and the elevator, just put thicker clevis pins in, so you get rid of all of that. Second thing I did, I bumped up the speed controller ESC timing on both of these models, so that gives you a little bit of boost. So far I haven't had any problems with the speed controller or anything yet, and if they burn up and melt down, I'll let you know. But we're still flying it off of 2 cells, and that's the other thing. Steve, if you can zoom in on this, I'll even get close for you. I don't know if you can see that okay. Yep. This has sort of been the secret to my success with these planes. It's a 2-cell 1300 China Hobby Line Black Series, and I don't know, can you get in on the bottom of that? Yep. They're 100C rated packs. They're actually drone batteries, okay? So this has given me the weight I need for the nose. You're focusing in on that okay, Steve? Yeah. Good. These have been fantastic batteries for these airplanes, and they fit really nicely right in there. So I have the P-51 battery all the way up front. And you can see, I don't know if you can get in on that, Steve. Yep. It's way down buried in there, but you want to shove it all the way forward because you want a good forward CG on these airplanes. And then with the T-28, I've got it all the way up front. One thing I did have to do, Steve, let me know that you can zoom in on this for everybody, okay? I had to make a little adapter, okay? Because this is a drone battery with some thick wire. I don't know if this is 12 gauge or 14 or 12 or something, but it's some pretty thick wire for drone for high speed. So I had to make an XT60 to a JST connector to make this work, and it works beautifully. So these are Velcroed. These are some of my few batteries, you know, that I actually Velcro in because there's really nothing to really hold it in place. Yeah, Steve, we're gonna give this a workout in the wind today. You ready to go? All right, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna try to keep everything from blowing away. Let me take the Mustang. Let me park it right over here. Let me put it right on the ground here, and we're gonna get rolling with this one. And then once we get this one going, we're gonna pull the gear off it, and I'll show you how to get that off real easy. So let me strap this down. I did trim my canopy, as I discussed in the last video, a little bit here. Man, it's windy. This is gonna be interesting. So it's picking up and it's lightening down too. It's a little of both. But I trimmed my canopy just a bit, but it fits on okay. So far I haven't lost it. I might lose the canopy today though, we'll see, because it is a little bit of a tight squeeze. But once you get it down there, it seems the magnets seem to hold it okay. And I've already booted this up, checking my flight controls. We'll go to 100% on everything. And you can see with the high timing, and all you have to do, somebody asked me this actually, all you have to do is go into the speed controller programming guide in the back of the manual on these things, and just follow the programming guide, and you can program the high timing. So these things are not going to be great for taxiing on this huge grass. So let me just give it a try. You ready, Steve? Yep. Let's see, we got right, left, up, down, right on the rudder, left on the rudder. See if I can drive it around just a little bit. Because the wheels are tiny on this thing, folks. It's not really meant for, it's more or less meant for pavement, but it'll seem to handle this stuff, seems to handle it okay. All right, you ready, Steve? Here we go, let's see what happens. Take it off! Plenty of headwind. And it's gonna bounce around today, folks, because it is windy out here. Let's see, I'm still at 100% travel on everything and it's working nice. So, the reflex is full time on this, guys, in the optimized mode, and even in this wind, it does seem to stabilize it pretty good. I'm going to power and go straight up let's see what it does. That's not too bad, is it? For being such a little plane in the wind. And I think the high timing works. I've seen some guys are putting 3S in this, and I think you can do 3S okay. I don't know if that'll melt the speed controller, but it seems like 2S flies this fine if you up the timing and put a new battery in. So, Steve, I got to get the video out where you and I flew these at Null in the fall. I still hadn't done it yet. We flew them together on decade-old FMS batteries, and they flew, but we were almost full throttle all the way around. But this 100C really lets this thing cruise along. But what do you think, Steve? That's about half throttle there. Wow. So not bad in this wind. I mean, it's doing well. Let me go vertical. I'm going to kick the rudder over. It doesn't really have a lot of rudder travel, and it's kind of tougher in this wind doing that stuff. But it flies along nice. I got to tell you, for a little plane in this wind, yeah, you can see it bouncing around a bit. But I'm just at 100% travel, so it's doing okay. I'm almost hands off most of the time here. So let me bring it around this way. Try some point rolls. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. So yeah, it's got some good downwind speed, doesn't it? Here, let me come zoom by. This is full throttle into the wind. Okay, and we got quite a wind still. It's just bobbing around out there. Let me bring it way, way out because it's going to come back fast. We got quite a tailwind here, so let's come right by, Steve. I'm going to zip it on by, and that's with your tailwind. We'll get a half cubit A here at the end. Roll it around, sort of. And then let me do some steep turns out front for you there. It's going to blow me this way. I tell you, not bad though. Not bad for a windy day and a little plane. Steve and I have not had the 800mm Warbirds to mess around with until just recently. So, and we're going to have all these out for you guys. The 800 Corsair, the Zero that we did the live show on, and I'll put a link to that in the upper right hand corner of the screen so you guys can check that out. You can see I am battling the wind a bit. It's not the smooth day to demo this, but hey, this is to show you what it's like in probably worse conditions, you know. So, but very aerobatic, very nice. Let me go, let me come around here inverted-ish. It's flying nice. I mean, I can't complain with such a little plane with this big, with all this wind. And I'm 2S. I'm mostly full throttle. I mean, I'm pulling it back to like 3/4 at times. But mostly that's for the wind. All right, Steve, I'm going to loop it around here. You ready? Yep. It's coming around. There we go. Let me try coming back here. When it's calmer, I'll zip this around probably a little more. I feel a little more confident with it. Whoa, that just twitched on me. That was a wind or something. I don't want to loop it around. You ready? Yep. Just going around, all the way around. The wind is just having its way with it, but super nice, really good. All right, let me go back to normal rates. Whoa, that wind took it. I'll tell you, it's a good day to demo it though. I mean, with the wind like this, if it'll handle this, it'll handle probably almost anything. All right, Steve, I'll try to give you a landing right out front here. A little battle. Roll around. Slam and goes today. Yeah, that wind, holy smokes. There we go. I tell you, for a plane with little wheels, handling this grass and this wind, holy smokes. Let me put my safety on here. Steve, let's see what we got here for our battery. You care to wager?
I'll say 34%.
34%? Let's see what we got here. Because I want to get the wheels off for everybody, so everybody can kind of see what that's like. I meant to do that with the Amy video we shot. And we are at, let me grab my glasses here, 28. So, you know, from takeoff to land, you guys can get, I had to be full throttle all the time because this wind is kind of really beating us up. But let's go ahead and get in another battery and we're going to go fly again. But let me show you one thing first, Steve. We're going to get the nose gear off of this. I got my safety. I want everybody to get in on close up. You can stay where you're at. I think you can probably zoom from here. Let me grab this tool real quick. You guys see the gear on this? Can you get in okay, Steve, for everybody?
Yep.
Okay, these unlatch real easy. There's just a little latch mechanism that you pop this off. Okay, and you pull, well, that just popped out. You slide this out and it comes out. That's really it. And then you can pop your latch thing right back on. And then same thing here. I'm gonna pop this latch out. and then this comes out and slides, and you get rid of your gear. That's it. They snap into place so it's clean. Now for your nose wheel, Steve, can you get in on this okay?
Yep.
You can choose to either take it off here, or you can choose to take it off at this lower one, which is right down into the arm. And I'm going to just push the plastic in a little bit, get in on that, just unscrew it a little bit, okay? And voila, there's your nose gear. So it leaves a little pin. I don't know if you can see that okay.
Yep.
And now it's clean. If you want to pan out, Steve, you can see now it's clean for kind of hand launching and belly land. So let me throw another battery in here real fast. In fact, we'll just do it without stopping, Steve, if you're good with it. Let me see where I put that other battery. Rather than taking off with 28%, let's just pop this back in, okay? And you got to keep your airplane still when it's booting. And there goes my, oh, I had a little thing of paper in there just to hold this down. I stuck this in here to keep, and I'll show you that. That's actually good I pulled that out to show you. I slide this in there, and I just grabbed some cardboard stock I had laying around from, I don't know, a battery or something. And I took that, and with the battery all the way forward, I just shoved it in there. And that seemed to give me a little more clearance, okay, for the tongue. So I popped that in and it seems to work better. So let me let this boot up. Now that everything's plugged in, I'm going to throw the landing gear over here. Flight controls are all good to go. Yeah, there we go. So we're good to go. Battery's all the way full forward. And again, the battery's not heavy in this thing, folks, so you don't really need a strap to hold this battery down. It's pretty straightforward how this all goes in. So let me see if I can get that canopy on there. And you see, guys, it fits decently. You just got to make sure those thick wires are out of the way, that they're pushed to the side. And once you have that, this will fit on pretty nice. So, and with that little bit of cardboard stock I stuck in there, it should be good to go. So let's try this out. Yeah, that sounds good, doesn't it? 100C, guys, China Hobby line. It's really a nice battery to put in this thing. So let me do a quick flight control check just to stay with tradition. There we go, we're good. All right, Steve, you ready to rock?
Roll.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with these things. Like I said, once you get the flight controls tightened, you get the speed controller right, and that kind of stuff, they're great little models to fly. And when it's calm, they're so easy. They're so nice to operate. So here we go. Into the wind. And that is it. So we should be able to pick up some speed now because we got the gear off it. I can tell the airplane's pitching up on me a little because it doesn't have all that drag giving it that keel effect on the bottom side. So yeah, that does seem quicker, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
That's why planes have retractable gear, guys. It's not because it looks cool, it's because it makes it faster. It gets rid of the drag. In fact, I'm going to go to my low elevator rate. I'm going to trim the nose down. It needs to come down now because now that we got rid of that drag, it wants to be trimmed down just a little bit. So let's see if we can come by with some speed now. Yeah, baby. Oh, it zips now.
30-mile-an-hour tailwind, yeah.
Yeah. There's my annoying alarm going off on me. All right, there we go. I don't know if I use a timer like most people do. You can see the wings rocking and twitching a bit, and that's your reflex in action, just stabilizing it. I'm gonna go straight up with it, Steve. It's a little bit of a zoom climb. I'm right into the wind, and it just starts yawing to the left. I can't even control that, so that's gotta be the P factor, the torque, the spiraling slipstream, and the precession going on there. Let me roll her upside down. I am full throttle into that wind, but it's handling it really nice. I mean, it's impressive. It's very cool. I'm impressed, Steve, because these little planes, I usually don't do little stuff. I usually do the bigger models. But I tell you, man, it flies well. I'm impressed with these little models. Not bad. So, all right, Steve, I'm going to come straight by, full throttle. I'm going to pull up, go vertical, going up. Here we go. Kind of holding it at an angle, otherwise it'll go so far back. I just let it tail slide. Very nice. The prop stopped, holy smokes. Well, very cool. I'll give you a kind of presentation pass here, Steve. I'm gonna go deep, kind of get the top side. I'll bank in. Very nice, very nice. Kind of to hit the plane stand over there. But very, very cool, folks. Very nice. So, what do you think, Steve?
Yeah, sweet little model.
I mean, it's not bad for a little plane in this wind. Steve and I got here, we were like, man, it's a little windy for these little things, but I mean, it's getting the job done. I mean, you can fly it and have fun with it. I mean, very, very cool. Steve, can you read your timer, what it's saying?
Yeah, I got 15 minutes.
What is it?
15 minutes.
15?
Remember we
All right, let's bring it in on a belly land and let's get the other one going.
whole video.
Yeah, we don't want to go past 20-something minutes or whatever, but nice model, folks. This thing, I'm digging it. And the reflex is doing its job. Let's see if we can get it. I'm trying to bring it out in front. Power off. There we go. So you can see it makes for a real nice hand launch belly land plane. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Steve, you got to get yourself one of these. Really nice. All right, guys, let's go ahead and we're going to cut off. We're just going to really quick throw a battery in the Mustang, and we're going to go with that one. I'm real impressed with this. You know, whether it's clean or you got the gear, and we'll try and do a calmer, you know, kind of weather day. We did that with Amy when we shot out at the park and stuff. But heck, if it'll handle this wind, I mean, it'll easily handle the calm weather. And if it'll handle this grass, I mean, it handles pavement without a problem. So, all right, let's get a battery in the Mustang and let's go. Okay, folks, we put a battery in the big, beautiful doll. I think when Amy and I flew this in the park in that video, that again, I'll put it in the upper right-hand corner screen for everybody to see. I think I had the old battery in this. I don't know that I had the China Hobby line. I don't think I did that till. So again, guys, we're running that thing in here. Steve, if you want to zoom in on that real fast, can you get close on that? Yep. Okay, China Hobby line, 1300. I'll put links in the description so you guys can, you know, get these down there. But I think they sell these in pairs of 2s, and I think they're only like $7 or something. But 1300C or 1300 milliamp, 100C rated 2-cell pack. So pretty awesome. And Steve, if you want to get on the plane again, I just ran that all the way up to the front. I popped my adapter out of the T-28 because I only made one, so I got to make a couple more. But anyway, when I get time to do that. But we're good to go. Everything's set up here. I don't know what else I need to show you. Oh, here's one thing I'll show you. Steve, if you can get in on here. Yep. You see the position of the linkage? Yep. It's on the, what is it, the second hole down? Yeah. So it's pretty close in there because you don't need all that kind of control throw, okay, for a Warbird, especially for the ailerons and the elevator. So that's where I have that set up at. We'll talk about, well, we already discussed my scratch before, but let's check it out. Full throttle again, guys. High timing. I went to the ESC and programmed it for high, so we should be good to go. This is my first time on taking this off on sort of taller kind of grass, even though the grass here is not tall. Let me just try to taxi it around a little and see what we get out of it. Let me strap this thing into place. And let's go, tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna go full elevator rate for taxiing here. Because it's gonna be hard to get this one off the ground with the taller grass and little wheels. Again, it's really not meant for the grass, but I've got a triple elevator rate in, and chances are I'll nose this over. But I guess if you work it, you won't. But yeah, it's rough here. They need to mow it, but you can get along with it. Let's see if we can get it taken off here. I'll taxi it around here. Let's see if I can get it to turn around. Just trying to give you guys a realistic idea of what this is like. I can't even, I'm full right rudder, Steve. I can't even get that to go around because of the wind. But you're okay, just keep filming it. It's good. Let me get it turned around so I can at least, still stuck. Let's go. I'm in the taller grass area. We got a lighter section over here. Here we go. There we go. Yep, no, there we go. Here we go. There we go. Let me turn it around to the right now. Get it onto the lighter area. This is what you'll play with if you have heavy grass, guys. But here's the area where it's thinner. So there we go. All right, Steve, finally. Right, left, up, down. I got a high elevator rated just for the takeoff. So here we go. We're gonna get it rolling, easing up that elevator and then bringing it up. Going back to the mid elevator rate. There we go. So, all right, let's see if we can bring it around. I'm gonna go to low elevator rate. Let me see if I can get it trimmed. It's climbing on me. It's been sitting in the car, so let's see if I can bring it around this way. I might actually need a little nose weight in this, Steve, just for the stability of flying it. I mean, we come by high speed with a tailwind. It's zooming along. So I'd say that it does seem that T-28 does seem a little zippier than this thing. I think when we get the gear off it, this will be a little better. I might need to balance that prop. You hear that sound? Yep. That might just be an out of balance prop, so. But I'm only half throttle here. I'm going into full now. There we go. Very cool, very cool. So let's see if I can get it, get her inverted here. Yeah, very nice. I went to the low elevator rate just to Oh, we're in a lull in the wind here too now, so it kind of calmed down a little bit. But not bad, pretty stable, pretty smooth. The reflex is working its thing. Again, both these planes, folks, I do not have an extra channel to switch my reflex. I just put a bare bones 4-channel in here. So all I've got going on is just the optimized mode of the reflex system. So it's working in the wing level mode, kind of like you might call the AS3X. Let me see if I can get this to rudder turn. Oh wow, holy smokes. I think it did it, Steve.
Yeah.
Let's try that again. Let's bring it to this side. Much stronger rudder than in the T-28 for sure. So really neat. Okay, very good, very good. Only about half throttle right here. Whoa, that wind caught me. Now let me take it up high, Steve. I'm gonna go to high rates on it if you can see it okay here. Let me just turn the sticks a little bit. Oh. Yeah, it's not good in this wind to do that. Here, let's go back to a normal rate on everything. I'm gonna go deep for a presentation type pass here. Turn the wings in. Whoa, almost got me there. Wind almost got me. Yeah, I'd say that T-28's got a little more kick to it, I think, than this one does. Might be the propeller. I don't know, maybe it's the shape of it. You would think that this one would go quicker because it's a little more of a streamlined airplane. But real nice. Here, let me get some point rolls here into the wind. That was kind of lame, but it kind of did the trick. Let me bring it back over here to some steep turns out front. Yeah, it definitely seems the T-28's got the power, a little more so than this one. It might be the propeller because they run the same motor, you know, same power plant. And I've got them both in high timing, so it's kind of hard to do a steep turn with the wind. It's more like a turn around a point here I'm doing. Steeper on one end than the other. All right, let me get down the runway here. Roll it upside down, very nice, very smooth. Going up, half cubinate around to the backside. Coming in fast. Very cool. All right, let me see if I can land her out front here. See what we got on the battery. See if I can land it without nosing it over. Full on the elevator here. Not my best landing, but I'm going to take that. I think, Steve, that this thing needs a little more nose weight in it, believe it or not. It just seems like it's a little, that might be the wind, it's kind of hard to tell. But I think I need to balance that prop. I think it's out of balance. But definitely a bigger bladed prop, and I think that's what it is. There's a 3-blade on the T-28. I think I got to balance the prop. That's why it's making that sound. I didn't notice it was doing that before. But what do you think we got on the battery there, Steve?
Probably 26.
Let's see. Let me pop this in place, and I will read it to you, which I lost my glasses. I can't see. Let's see. We are at, nope, went back to a menu thing. Let's go back here. Let me unplug it and put it back in. All right, let's see what we got here. I think we're at about 38 is what it's showing. Let me put, I don't have my glasses. I kind of lost them somewhere, but.
Over here.
Are they over there? Here, let me grab them real quick so I can give you guys an accurate read of that. Where did I put them, Steve?
Right.
No, I don't see them anywhere. It's like I lost them or something. That's all right, don't worry about it. Well, I think it's 38.
Oh,
I can
behind you.
What's that? Oh, I dropped them. There we go. That's what happens when you get old. You need glasses to read stuff. All right, let me see if I read that right. 39. Yeah, it was 38 probably when I read it, so we're good there. Let's swap out the battery. I'm going to do that real quick for everybody. Let me put this down. Let me put these back in my pocket so I know where they are. Let's put this one back in here, and then we'll pop the gear off and go hand launching it, because this thing is a little better without the gear for sure, because it is a lot of drag. P-51s especially, the landing gear really streamlines it. Let me throw this one over here. All right, we got that. Let me grab my other one out of here, and let's throw this in here. Again, all the way forward. I got the Velcro in there to hold it in. We're gonna let this thing boot up. Let the flight controls, ailerons, and elevator do their thing. Ailerons, elevator. There we go. Right, left, up, down, left, and right. All right, there we go. So, and then we'll just pop the gear off real quick. I'll throw this in here. The magnetic canopy is nice. This does come with a tail antenna here, but I always lose those and break those off. And Steve, if you can get right in there, I don't know if you can focus.
Yep.
I stuck mine in the foam, okay, back there, just so I have a place to put it. So if I do want to display it and, you know, put that on there, I'll have that scale detail and it won't be broken off somewhere. So I just prefer not to put them on. So let's do this. Steve, can you get in close on the gear?
Yep.
I'm going to pop those off again. Unlatching that, same thing as the T-28. Just going to throw that over there. And I'm going to snap that down. There you go. So nice and clean. And then here's my ultimate scratch that you guys saw before, because there was a lot of paint buildup in there. And one time I was taking this off. And Steve, I don't know if you can zoom on this. Okay, well, you don't have to zoom too much, but just kind of in the area. But as I lifted this up and pulled it out, it caught on the paint. And when I pulled it off without my thumb here, you can see it didn't want to come out nicely. And then I just went shh. Just put a line across there. So don't do that to yours, you know what I mean? Put your thumb, when you take it off, put your thumb right here and then pull it, so if it slips like that, it doesn't go all the way down your wing. It's just a little tip for saving your paint finish here. So all right, Steve, let's try this out. There we go. All right, ready to go?
Probably don't have to throw it, just let it take out of your hand.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Here, let's see, let me get like I said, I think it needs a little nose weight, but I'm just going to do an underhand with it. There we go. It is going right into that wind. I mean, holy smokes. P-51's way more streamlined than a T-28, so it should sail. Yeah, I mean, that's the wind getting me. Oh, I'm at a high elevator rate. There goes, ignore the timer. I got to disable that thing. See, let's go full throttle, guys, into the wind. Let's see what it does. It is just battling that wind. We got a heck of a wind going on here. Let me turn it, bring it back fast this way, right by the camera. Yeah, I gotta balance that prop.
Yeah, it's real noisy.
It is making some noise. It sounds cool, but very nice though. For this wind, I gotta hand it. This is a very pretty stable airplane for what it is. It's a little skittish in the wind, of course, but it'll get the job done. Reflex is working. All these V2s come with the reflex, folks. So I showed the Zero in our live show the other day that you guys can check out. And it didn't have a reflex. That's because it was a version 1. They have a version 1 and a version 2. Some guys may not want the reflex, but for whatever reason, it didn't have the reflex in it. So if you want the reflex, get the V2. I'll be putting a reflex in it. All right, I'm going straight up here with it as best I can. I'll kick that rudder. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go deep, Steve, and give you a presentation type pass. Let me cut into the middle. That wind is just eating this up going into it. Try not to hit that windsock there. So, it rolls phenomenally well. I mean, holy smokes. Go straight up with it, yeah. It doesn't want to hold straight up. I think the T-28 definitely has more power. It's got to be the prop. I mean, because like I said, same motor, same 20 amp speed controller in it, whole deal, so. Outstanding. Very cool. All right, let me try and get it by slow here. I can't go too slow with it because of the wind, but try to bring it down kind of moderate speed here. Yeah, kind of want some of that half throttle here. I tell you, I wish we had a calmer day to show this because it is a challenge keeping it going with this gusty wind. So, all right, time for a landing, Steve. Let's bring it in. I think we're good. Let's belly land. Coming right in. Try and get it here in the softer grass. Yeah, that wind is crazy. Yeah, it's beating us up. We're getting rotors here, rotors. Go around. Didn't find my spot there.
I would have landed in tall grass.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it might not be a bad idea, but Yeah, let me see if I can get it in here.
This is safe property.
Yeah, that's true. There we go. I'll take that. Yeah, Steve's right. Landing it probably in tall grass would be a good idea, just to plop it in. So, but folks, hey, I'm pretty impressed with both of these. Real nice models. We're going to be getting the Zero and the Corsair out for everybody. Let me grab the. Steve, you want to take a step or two backwards or over there? Yeah. Both of these are real nice, guys. We'll put links below for you guys to check both of these things out. And the Corsair and the Zero, the 800mm series from FMS Models. Again, both of them flying real nice. Real impressed with it. And guys, the way to go, China Hobby Line 1300. So 100C pack, gets you all you can out of it. Bump your timing up to high timing from your manual, and it'll give you a good boost. I'm impressed with this.
Yeah, it's good.
This zooms a lot. It's got to be the prop. You know, look at that prop. You see the pitch in it?
Yep.
It's got quite a bit, I think, more pitch, where this P-51 prop, it's scale,
yep, but
it doesn't really have the bite, I think, that three-bladed has. So it's all in the prop. So again, power package and everything is the same. So again, guys, tighten up your linkages, okay? Make sure everything is tight. Your flight controls are play-free, all of them. And then you know, bump your ESC timing and use a kind of a newer, you know, a newer battery in it, and 2-cell will be all you need. 100C seems to run this okay. I haven't noticed anything with the speed controllers being warm. My speed controller's tucked in here. I kind of tucked it way in the beginning, front of the airplane. But both nice models, guys. Can't complain. So stay tuned. We're gonna have the Corsair and the Zero out here real soon for you guys to see. We'll give you a full demo of them. And again, we did the unboxing assembly of both of those planes. I'll put links to that in the upper right-hand corner of the screen for you guys to check out. Also, if you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. We got more content like this coming. We'll have more things to show y'all. And again, hit that like button. That helps us out. And if you guys want to support the channel, use our links in the description box below. If you guys want to purchase either one of these or anything from us, using the link below. We don't really sell airplanes, but if you use our links below and it takes you to the website and you put one in your cart and buy it, that pays us a little commission. That supports our channel for all the free work we do for you guys to show you some of these planes. So, Steve, you got any comments?
Sweet little airplanes. Have fun with them, guys.
Yeah, not bad. I tell you, I'm impressed that they handle the grass okay. They handle this strong wind, and you know, they're real nice. So again, guys, check the links below. Steve, thanks for filming. Guys, thanks for watching RC Informer. Stay tuned, more content coming. As always, folks, we'll see y'all next time.